WhiskyJason here, whiskey from the viewpoint of an American over here in Germany, tasting rare and exotic whiskeys. Today I'm in Ireland. Today I have Fercullen. It belongs to the Powerscourt Distillery. They can't use the word Powerscourt, so they use Fercullen. And this is their 2022 release of their 21-year-old single malt Irish whiskey. 46%. Price in Germany, $1.99. Price in Ireland, $2.25. Whiskybase number 218157. Now, a little bit about the history. I actually have a cask at Powerscourt. I was there this summer, visited them, know some of the people there. I think what they're doing is absolutely fabulous. I was at the launch party in Germany with Fercullen, know some of the people that were there and have met them at various whiskey fairs. They're doing a very good job. So what they did is basically Powerscourt is, according to the internet, the third most beautiful garden of the world. Not the first, not the second, the third. Now, this is an area. Think of a big park. I'm talking hundreds and hundreds of acres. You have a golf course. You have woods. You have forests. You have a distillery. You have a mansion. You have a waterfall. You have all these different things there. It's amazing. If you ever get the chance south of Dublin to go to Fercullen, it's worth it. And in the old mill house, they actually built a distillery. And they had one of the geniuses of Irish whiskey come and help them, Noel Sweeney. So Noel Sweeney used to be the quality control manager at Cooley, and then he advanced to the position of becoming master distiller after the master distiller left and stayed there until Beam Suntory took over. And then Powerscourt actually then hired him to help design, implement, and get the distillery up and running, train the distillers there. And then he also brought a load of old barrels with him from Cooley stock. So this is their annual release, which means they'll be doing this for a few years now with a 21-year-old Irish whiskey, which means they have somewhat deep stocks there. I said in my German video, Powerscourt, the family behind these, a million here or a million there doesn't hurt. All right. So this is, according to the German press release, 70% full bourbon maturation, 20% of oloroso sherry finished whiskey, 2-year-old finish in European oak, and 10 years of Pedro Jimenez European oak finish for 2 years. So 70% full maturation, 2 years in oloroso, 2 years in Pedro Jimenez, 20% oloroso, 10% Pedro Jimenez. Both of those would be European oak. And they just marry them all together and say, ta-da, that's what we have. Now, as I mentioned, the price over here in Germany is $199.90. In Ireland, it's $225. There is an online shop in the Netherlands that at the moment, for the last couple of weeks, have had this on offer for €147.95. I felt cheated. Yeah, it's like, hey, in Germany, I had to pay $199, and over in Netherlands, it's $147. So what I did is I bought a bottle from the Netherlands. They're identical, all right? Nothing different. There's apparently, officially due to the German, according to the German press release, only 8,000 bottles worldwide. For some reason, they're selling them actually at the same price the importer in Germany buys them at. So they can't make a single cent on these. And yeah, I don't understand how you can have a €200 bottle, €225 bottle in Ireland and then sell it for under 150 in the Netherlands. If someone can explain it to me, please do. I just don't get it. All right, Drankdozijn, DRANKDOZJIN . I use a German version of it .de. All right, very good. What am I going to compare it to? I'm going to compare it to Bushmills 21. Why? Because I don't have any other 21-year-old Irish whiskey here. And even this is from a tasting set that I did a few months ago. All right, so Bushmills 21, 40%, and Madeira cask finish. And this is 30% of this is Pedro Jimenez and oloroso. So you do see a little bit of a difference in the colors here. Here we have maybe coloring in there. Here we don't. Ooh, that's embarrassing. I'm using the Fercullen glass with the Bushmills and not with the Fercullen with this. Ooh, shame on me, shame on me. All right, good. On the nose. Oh, this is good. This is honey melon. Oh, that's so good. Oh, there's a nice little if you open up the box, I like the box. It's not wood, it's cardboard. The box is used for all their higher super premium products. You have a nice little sticker on the back, you have a nice little sticker in the front, and you have this is actually also a sticker. All right, it's not copper, it's not metal, it's a little bit, it looks like it, but it's not. And so here you have your nice little inlay, and therefore you can individualize now your different bottlings. So this is the Fercullen 2022 release, limited edition single malt Irish whiskey. And it says here, I'm going to try to read this now. The oldest expression released by the Powerscourt Distillery to date. This will become an exclusive annual release with the vintage year prominent on the label. Okay. This release is a marriage of 21-year-old bourbon barrel matured whiskey and a selection of Spanish oloroso sherry and Pedro Jimenez finished whiskeys. Taking inspiration from the atmospheric bodegas of the Andalusian region of Spain, the distillery team have combined the distinct dark fruit sherried flavors of the region with the soft elegance of 21-year-old bourbon matured malt whiskey. So, nose, honeydew, melon, lychee, rich vanilla fudge, pear drops, and soft leather. Now, pear drops are like it's like a candy. Think, for you, pear lifesavers. I don't know if you've ever had a pear lifesaver before, but think lifesaver. It doesn't have a hole in the middle. It's a little like a cough drop, but pear lifesaver is what a pear drop basically is. All right, so I agree with most of that there. 46%, non-chilled filtered, no color added. Very, very nicely done. Fercullen now have their own. Wait, Bowen have their own. Does Fercullen have their own whiskey out? I forgot. Wow, Jason, shame on me. So, I was there. I should know. So, our whiskey, Fercullen. So, they have the Fercullen Falls Small Batch Blend. Yep, I think the small batch blend from Fercullen was the first time that they had their own. Yes, with this release, the Powerscourt Distillery is heralding the start of a new era for the distillery with the inclusion of its own distilled whiskey for the first time. I might have that bottle here. I have to get it so that we can finally talk about their own whiskey and experience how they transition over to that. Very good. Now, this is a little bit more like perfumed. The Madeira really comes through. For me, the Madeira, you take a clementine, like a tangerine. Let's go for the word tangerine. You know the word tangerine in America. Think of an overripe, almost moldy, but not yet, really, really overripe tangerine. That's what I get for the Madeira. I love Madeira, but this and the 21 Bushmill Madeira, I've never been a fan of it. I love the 16-year-old, that cherry port mix, yum. I prefer it over the 21-year-old. Age is not the most important factor for whiskey. You pay for it, but it's not the most important factor. All right, cheers, 46%, non-chill filter. Mm. 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 Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Interesting. I was expecting. Okay. From Fercullen, I've had a 18-year-old single malt Irish whiskey. Did it in 2019. 3 years later, bam, the same stock. I have had in 2020. I had a 18-year-old Muscatel finish. Loved it. And last year, 2022. No, that was 2021, I'm sorry. I had the 18-year-old 5 elements. I did not like that marketing gag they tried to do with that with the 5 different elements. But hey, also 18 years old. which means that every time the whiskey is at least 18 years of age. So they can put 23, 25, 19-year-old whiskey in a 18-year-old bottle. It's always the youngest. So here there might actually be whiskeys in here that are older than 21 years of age. Don't have to be, but they could. And so that stock that they had of that original thing has now started to age, and they've hit that peak point of saying 21 years of age. Very interesting. Now, here it says, and I don't understand what they did here. Remember the palate was vanilla fudge? Now on the taste and the palate, it's still vanilla fudge. All right, so vanilla fudge with dried fruits. Dark chocolate with orange oil, orange peel a little bit, and cracked hazelnuts. I think the European oak gave it a little bit of a hazelnut moment going on here. I totally agree. And the finish, it's sweet fudge. It's no longer vanilla, it's sweet fudge. So they talked about fudge on the nose, they talked about fudge on the palate, and they talked about fudge in the as the finish. Interesting. Candied cherries, fruitcake, and drying spices. I don't know what that drying spices are, but all right. This is a solid, in my book, a solid B whiskey. Now, I like it. I thoroughly enjoy it. This is something I would go back to time and time again, if not for the price. So $2.25 in Ireland, $1.99 here in Germany. I think that's just too expensive for most people. Most people are not going to lay down the table 200 euros for a bottle of whiskey. Now, the rule of thumb is 10 years per age, per year of age. So 21, 210 euros. It's in the realm of being reasonably priced. But, and that's my big but here, would I really want to go out and buy another bottle? I did buy the bottle in the Netherlands for 147 euros, and I'm going to buy the 2023 release and then compare them, offer a set to my super fans that they can buy a 5cl or 10cl bottle of the 22 and the 23 to see if there's any flavor drift or any changes that they're doing there. That's something I'm going to do. But I'm going to give this a C minus for value for money. I think for 200 euros, I think for 100 euros, you can get whiskeys at a similar experience for mouthfeel, as well as taste, as well as everything that's going on here. Personal opinion. Now, I might just be behind the times in the prices of whiskey at the moment, especially with aged whiskeys, but I did not say a 21-year-old for 2,200 euros or for 100 euros. I said a flavor experience. Now this, the 21-year-old of Bushmills at the moment in Germany will run you anywhere between 155 to 200 euros. I remember this being 129 euros. The good old days, all right? So did I forget anything here that's important on our little pamphlet here that Fercullen wrote and said? Fercullen. As far back as 808, Fercullen was the name given to the mountainous regions of the Powerscourt estate, home to the Powerscourt Distillery. Since the reign of the powerful O'Toole clan, the Norman House Lepute, and Sir Richard Wingfield, Fercullen has always represented something extraordinary. A timeless landscape where moments of passion, patience, and promise ignite a new legacy of whiskey craftsmanship. Fercullen 21-year-old single malt Irish whiskey represents the spirit of these inspiring lands, from the Irish Sea to the east, across the rugged Sugarloaf Mountains, cascading down Ireland's tallest waterfall and whispering through ancient valleys and golden barley field. Wow, they really did a lot of marketing text here. The timeless spirit of Fercullen is found. All right. So the sum of many subtleties and subtle influences. Wow. Our whiskey maturation. Firstly, the marriage of the maturing spirit with the charred oak first fill ex-bourbon cask. Oh, in which it ages. This is first fill ex-bourbon for 21 years. Wow, I didn't notice that. Other vital influences shaping our whiskeys are how the casks are stored and managed, and the expertly selected finishing casks. Nestled in the hills of County Wicklow, surrounded by the fertile green lands of the Garden of Ireland, the temperate climate installs the distinct local characteristics, enriching the taste profile of the final whiskey as it ages to perfection in our on-site maturation warehouse established on the world-famous Powerscourt estate. All right. And yes, I do need glasses. Sorry. So, Fercullen, if you're in Ireland, go down south about 45 minutes of Dublin, visit Powerscourt, visit the distillery, say hi to anyone in the gift shop or at the distillery from Jason. The distillers there know me. Not everyone in the gift shop. And pick yourself up, at least try the 21-year-old, and then maybe pick yourself up a bottle and take it home. Very unique whiskey, very excellent whiskey, very well done. Question of the day, what is your favorite 21-year-old whiskey? It doesn't have to be from Ireland, it can be anywhere in the world. I know what mine is, the Redbreast 21-year-old. It's excellent. So at the moment, I'm going to pay, just as a comparison, for Redbreast 21, Redbreast 21. It's gone up so much in price. The Redbreast 21 is still available over here in Germany for unbelievable 170 euros. I used to pay 100. Yeah, but it's 170 now at the moment. I know in America, you are paying way more. I used to pay 129. All right, so, but now it's about 170. Yeah, sorry, still a delight. Everything you can get from Redbreast, I think, is a delight. So wonderful, wonderful thing. And Fercullen's doing great stuff. And by the way, they have their first whiskey here with their own distillate in it, which is called the Fercullen Falls. 50% their own whiskey, 50% something else. All right, so that was Coolie Juice. Thank you very much for watching, liking, subscribing, telling others, and don't forget to share and also comment. Bye-bye.